Okay, so this is more the sort of thing you'll find on Twitter, but it's still a crappy argument. So we're going to be talking about it. There's this idea going around that there's a pointless distinction between Star Wars under George Lucas and Star Wars under Disney. That there's ultimately no reason for the different names because it's all just Star Wars, without any labels. Of course, these people have no clue why there's a distinction made in the first place. So let me explain it for you, because it's more than just Disney having a different approach or contrasting quality. It's very easy to see that Disney does indeed have a different idea on what Star Wars is, and it all spawns from Kathleen Kennedy's terrible ideas. This actually happens often within different franchises. Why do you think there's sub-labels for Fallout, for example? From Interplay's Fallout to Bethesda's Fallout to Obsidian's Fallout? It's because all three studios had a different idea on what made a Fallout game, and it's very noticeable. Now that specifically is a topic for another day, but Disney have done things that George Lucas would have never done. If you want examples, I'd say stuff like the oversaturation of Star Wars content. The Disney Plus strategy is purely a Disney thing, hence the name. Having a different art style, and maybe most noteworthy, having a different canon. Yeah, in case you've been living under a rock, Disney completely rebooted the Star Wars universe by disregarding everything except the movies and the Clone Wars show. It was a reboot so vast, and obviously people are just going to accept Disney canon as just the canon. Instead, it was given the name Disney Canon, and the prior canon was given the name Expanded Universe Canon. In fact, there's different distinctions made between different continuities, because there's also the term George Lucas Canon, which includes the movies and any symbolic or thematic meaning of those movies. Now, obviously, I think this idea that there's no need for different distinctions on Star Wars is just people who like the new stuff and can't accept or understand all the different demographics and sections of Star Wars. Typically, these people, to their own hypocrisy, would not include something like the Expanded Universe or even have any idea what it is, because what the hell is a Juris Kaboth? But I mean, why the fuck in this day and age would you only have one kind of Star Wars? Why wouldn't you split it up into different stories and whatnot? Star Wars as a franchise is huge, and with all the retcons and shit that have been going on over the years, there is not one consistent story. Like, when it comes to me, there's George Lucas canon, then there's Expanded Universe canon, then there's the original Marvel Comics canon, the Clone Wars 2008 canon, the Lego Star Wars canon, the Disney canon, the Dave Filoni canon, because we all know Dave Filoni is not one for sharing or collaborating. I mean, with Star Wars being written by a million different people at this point, why would you not have such labels? I've also heard the grievance from sequel fans at the fact that people call it the Disney trilogy and not the full-on sequel trilogy. And obviously they don't understand that what Disney says doesn't automatically go, because there's numerous differences between the original author's intent and how Disney interpreted Star Wars. Rather poorly, but still interpreted. But again, these people are flat out hypocrites. Their heads would explode if they even read a single post-Return of the Jedi novel, and are obviously making this argument with the impression that aside from George Lucas and maybe Dave Filoni, Disney has always been Star Wars. And that is not the case whatsoever. And hey, what about fan fiction? The only difference between Disney Star Wars and online fan fiction is that one is officially licensed, but that doesn't mean much in terms of authenticity, because Star Wars is George Lucas. So hopefully, I've explained why Disney Star Wars is a term, and that people should be a little more open-minded. I'm JJ Plagiarisms, and until next time, what are stories but mystery boxes? Under the mountain.